Kenya will close the world's largest refugee camp this year. Kenyan Deputy President William Ruto says the facility poses an existential threat after a series of attacks. The United Nations and Western states have warned against forcibly repatriating the 350,000 or so Somalis who still live in the sprawling Dadaab camp in northeast Kenya, saying it would violate international obligations. But Ruto, speaking at a UN humanitarian summit in Istanbul, said the international community had failed Somalia, still struggling to recover from the anarchy of the 1990s.
When we say the refugee camps pose an existential security threat to Kenya, we have facts, we have figures, and we can demonstrate that that indeed is the case. And that is why we expect the international community to work with Kenya in the framework of the tripartite agreement to expedite the repatriation of these refugees back home, because we believe that they can make huge positive contribution in their country in Somalia.
Now, CCTV's Catherine Ogunda is currently at the Dadaab camp. She joins us now with the latest from there. Kathy, you are on the ground. What can you tell us about the situation there?
Well, the situation is rather calm right now, but there is an air of uncertainty among the refugees, especially after the announcement made by Deputy President William Ruto yesterday at the humanitarian summit, basically saying that this decision will not be rescinded and this decision will go through until the end. So a lot of refugees are questioning what next, Penina.
Yes, it's now a few weeks, Catherine, since Kenya declared its plan to close that camp. What are the refugees saying? Are they ready to go back home?
Well, as you know, it's basically a wait-and-see attitude that they've assumed, because this is not the first time the Kenyan government has threatened to close down the camp. The debate on whether to repatriate refugees from the Dadaab camp back into Somalia started in 2013. And in 2015, early 2015, the Kenyan government did toy with the idea of closing down the camp, but gave in to international pressure. So now it's wait and see, because there is a task force that is supposed to report back to the government on the 31st of May, and then go forward onto telling or giving a criteria on the process of how these refugees will be repatriated, hopefully by the end of September. That's what the government says. So it's a wait-and-see attitude that they've assumed so far, Penina.
All right, Catherine Ogunda live for us at the Dadaab.